want to start with a question. Do you have specialist functions in your organization? Specialist functions are very reassuring. They can make you feel you have somewhere sensible to place a difficult problem. This is the Boardroom Coach, and I bring you the leadership thinking that's hidden in the headlines. Today I'm leaning into outsourcing, a theme common across not just companies, but industries. And in this case, I want to look at a pattern many boards will recognize. Creating more structure while losing clarity of ownership. Outsourcing is usually discussed as an external risk. Suppliers, vendors, platforms, consultants, technology partners, and all of that matters. But there's another form of outsourcing that happens much closer to home, right under the nose of the board itself. Internal outsourcing. It happens when culture becomes an HR issue, when risk becomes a risk function issue. Conduct moves to compliance, transformation moves to the PMO, and cyber becomes IT, and customer pains land with operations. Can you see the problem? The organization hasn't avoided the issue, it's professionalized it. It's given it a process, a meeting, a report, and an owner. The difficulty is that that owner often owns the process, not the consequence. That's where boards need to be careful. A system can produce reassurance without producing results. It can show escalation, activity, and control. And it can prove that the right people were involved. It can even demonstrate that the issue was tracked. Then the outcome still delays, costs more, is restructured, possibly dropped or overtaken by another initiative. Then the questions are asked and the reflection takes place. Most people focus on whether governance is strong enough, and on appearance it was, so nothing is learned. Leaders should notice whether governance is creating proximity or distance. Does the system bring the board closer to reality, or does it translate reality into language that feels safer to receive? There's a human pattern here too. Under pressure, people learn how to survive the structure they work within. They escalate carefully. They document thoroughly. They stay within their function. They avoid stepping into ownership that hasn't formally been assigned to them. That behaviour can look very disciplined, and over time it can become avoidance with good minutes. So how do we get back from this once we recognise what's happening? Well, the road back is not less structure. Boards don't need nostalgia for informal management. They need clearer ownership beneath that structure. Functions should provide expertise, challenge, and support, but leaders must still own the result. For more leadership thinking hidden in the headlines, follow or subscribe to the Boardroom Coach. The next governance failure might not come from a board that lacked information. It might come from a board that had too much structured reassurance and too little contact with consequence.